please get to your seat. Donna Beth says, all right now. All right now, everyone. She usually says shut up in there too, but I won't say that. Listen up. Hi, y'all. I'm Diana Limon Macallan, the chair of the Travis County Democratic Party. And like many of you, Donna Beth did not support me in my first run at this, but we're here today now. I want to thank you so much for being here. We greatly appreciate your generosity in honoring Donna Beth McCormick and her long legacy of contributions to the Democratic Party. A number of people have asked why in the world we would roast Donna Beth McCormick. That is such a great question. Donna Beth, earlier this year, was our finance chair for the Travis County Democratic Party, and she had quite a bit to say about our fundraising. So I thought, what an incredible opportunity. Donna Beth has a lot to say about how we need to raise money. People have a lot to say about Donna Beth. This seems like a win-win for everybody. What could go wrong? We'll see how it goes. But before I have to issue an apology for anything that happens tonight, I want to thank Donna Beth for graciously accepting our invitation to be roasted, and to each of you for helping to ensure that she doesn't yell at me for doing it wrong. This event is putting us closer to reaching our fundraising goal of $700,000 for this election in Travis County. And every dollar raised will help us knock on more doors to reach more Democrats and elect Democrats up and down the ballot. From Congress to the courthouse, from Betho to the bonds, Travis County Democrats are turning out voters all across the county. And now, it's just about time for the fun to begin. Our very first roaster is, as Cory Booker said, the envy of mayors across the nation. He has one of the strongest economies in the country. He has an amazing first lady, and of course, the best hair. Let's kick off the shenanigans with Mayor Adler and get this night started.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm scared.
Hi.
I pulled rank. I said, the first person up actually has to be nice, right? To give us a perspective on all this. I too, proud member of the club of people that she explained why it would be awkward to support me in my first run. You can see who those family members are. So just to put this in perspective, just to orient everybody, if anybody has a few facts. You all know her as the precinct chair and as the sergeant of arms for the party. But did you know that Donna Beth was one of the original 12 women in the Longport band? Founding member of the alumni band. We always see for years up in the stands. I think just retired from that role. She's lived in Allendale since 1962. She has served in countless roles in the neighborhood association, including president multiple times. She has always been behind the scenes. That's not true.
It doesn't have any.
Just checking to see if anybody's listening.
It usually does.
Donna Beth is always out front and yelling, always the volunteer, always has her hand in doing great things. She's a great commissioner for the city of Austin, long-time service on the Ethics Review Commission with the city.
I guess that one does the mic.
I'd be remiss if I didn't mention her work for the Democratic Party, her work with the Democratic women, or her endorsement of my re-election for mayor. Wait, who put that in my comments? Jim Wick with those comments. Donna Beth has also been a docent at the Governor's Mansion since 1983 after Mark White won his race for governor. She worked on that campaign. One of many successful campaigns that Donna Beth was part of. As mayor, I get the pleasure of representing the city, but really it's the people like Donna Beth that make our community special. She loves her neighborhood, she loves her Democratic Party, and she loves telling people to shut up. Did I say that Donna Beth always works behind the scenes? Sometimes you just need somebody that is willing to shush the talkers in the back of the room. Donna Beth, always willing to do the tough jobs, the jobs that don't have the glamour, and quite frankly, the jobs that have to be done in order for Democrats to be able to win. That's why I'm proud to be here tonight, proud to call Donna Beth my friend, and now, let's give her a night that she will not forget.
I'm Genevieve Van Cleve for just a moment. Thank you, Mom. All right. And some of this you will have just heard. Thank you, Diana Mercado. All right. As Cory Booker said on Saturday night, we're really lucky to have Mayor Adler. Give another big round of applause. This roast officially, and delve into the laughing times of this Donna Beth McCormick, I wanted to thank you for inviting me. I wasn't Donna Beth's first choice, or really anybody's. But I'm a woman who elected other women in Texas for 10 years. I don't expect nothing, and I mean nothing. Retirement, cost of living adjustment, a soft, small plaque saying, hey, thanks for putting up with all our shit for so long. I'm a woman. My labor and time are free to support the cause and look the other way when grabby, incompetent people continue to get bigger titles and paychecks. Am I right, ladies? Enough about tonight's program. The first thing you need to know is that there are bars stationed conveniently around the room. If we're going to get through this together, and I sincerely hope we do, I'd recommend a cocktail or at least eat your dessert right now, before it gets colder. We've got a special guest tonight. My friend, Screen Actors Guild member, County Judge Sarah Eckhart is coming sometime this evening. It's going to be as you know, Donna Beth loves three things: a Longhorn band, Democrats, and cats. T.S. Eliot, for all of you Texas public school graduates out there, was an amazing English poet who also wrote a funny little book of poems about cats. As you probably remember, it is that weird musical in your high school where you realize, Eric, your prom date was a really good thing. Probably a homosexual, and you're not getting laid at prom night, but that's all right. That's all right. Now, it's time to eat your dinners and think about all of your life choices. While you do that for the next 10 or 15 minutes, here is a photo montage of Donna Beth McCormick. So,
You are the tallest guy. You are so tall. All I get is a black blur. Your hair. Okay.
All right, then. First surprise of the night. We have a video for him because he said he won't go be here. But sure enough, Mike Collier just showed up. Come on up here, Mr. Collier. Isn't that precious? He should run my campaign. All right, now he's a politician, so he's got to say something.
I hope my wife Suzanne doesn't hear this. Donna, Beth, I'm in love with you. You are the greatest. I did not have the courage to roast you. I ain't roasted you. You're my roaster. I'm not doing it. I'm afraid of Donna Beth and in love with Donna Beth. And I didn't think, I thought the demands of the campaign wouldn't allow me to come here, but it worked out just fine. And I'm so happy to be here, and I don't have any prepared remarks, a little video. I'll be gone when they play the video. Trust me, I won't be here when they play the video. Donna Beth, I love you, and what you do and what you've done for me, which is just more than I can describe. I love you, and thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you.
He's the best. All right. Now, just to let you know how the program's going to go. Andrew Wagner on deck. And the first video of the night is from Senator Kirk Watson. Can we have that video, please?
Hey everybody, it's Senator Kirk Watson, and I'm sorry I'm not there with you tonight. I can't imagine anything more fun than to spend a night celebrating our dear friend Donna Beth McCormick. But you know, I learned a lot of politics from Donna Beth. I've known Donna Beth since I was a baby in Austin politics. In fact, I can remember right after I got elected mayor, I actually think that the very first block walking that we ever did was organized out of her house. But right after I got elected mayor, it wasn't 2 weeks, she just shows up. She tells us that she doesn't like the way we're answering the telephone, she doesn't like the way we're running that office, and she became the mama in that office. She just took it over and made us get on the right track. So I love her. I've learned a lot from her. I've also learned good stuff, and I've learned how to get even with folks. So even if I were there tonight, I'm not sure I'd say anything bad or mean about Donna Beth McCormick, because I know she'd get me back. I love you, Donna Beth. We all do. We all owe you a debt of gratitude, and I can't tell you how proud I am that you're my friend and you're somebody that has advised me, cared about me, and helped me in Austin, Texas. Have a great night tonight. Everybody have a lot of fun. Donna Beth, we love you.
These are anonymous letter-like headlines that I'm going to read a couple for you before we bring up Mr. White. All right, this just in. Donna Beth McCormick does not trust the youth. This just in. Donna Beth McCormick thinks Pink Floyd was an albino trumpet player in the UT marching band in 1952. It's a thinker. This just in, Donna Beth yelled at an intern. The intern lost hope and applied for a job at a local bank. This just in. This just in, Donna Beth McCormick has some thoughts about Hispanic turnout. And on that note, please welcome Mr. Andrew White. Bring him a big
Donna Beth has been telling me what to do my entire life. She was been a docent in the governor's mansion, and when I would do something wrong, she'd get even with me by scheduling a Saturday morning 8 o'clock tour of my bedroom. And as a 12-year-old, waking up on Saturday 8 o'clock, not so much fun. Fast forward, she's the very first person who tells me that I'm going to run for governor. And that's why I ran for governor, because Donna Beth told me I'm going to run for governor. She actually told me that. Now I want to speak to the 51% of the room here who did not vote for me. Donna Beth wants to talk to you. She's very upset. Of course, kidding, because Donna Beth and I both are extremely excited about the campaign that Lupe's put together. I've got a fundraiser going on next week, actually in Houston, where I want to see all y'all who are coming to Houston. We're going to put together a great fundraiser here for Lupe. But enough of the politics. Let me tell you a little bit about Donna Beth, the notorious DB. As I was thinking through, how do you describe Donna Beth? Because you really can't. You can't just use normal words. So you have to reach out, and you have to use metaphor, and you have to use, simile, and all these things, the fancy words. But I figured out, it took me a while to figure it out, but I figured out the perfect example of Donna Beth. It's summed up in one movie. Every character in this movie exemplifies Donna Beth. Now you're all thinking, what movie is it? Steel Magnolias. I'm sure you've all seen Steel Magnolias, right? Okay, let's just start. Julia Roberts, the lead character. Donna Beth has the heart of Julia Roberts. That's the nicest thing I'm going to say, by the way, right there. She has the heart of Julia Roberts. Now, Sally Fields is also in that movie. Donna Beth has the wisdom and maturity of Sally Fields, doesn't she? She really, honestly does. Dolly Parton is in that movie also. I am not going to touch that. I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to go there. Daryl Hannah is in that movie. Daryl's a little spacey. Donna Beth's a little spacey from time to time. I don't know if you noticed that or not. Shirley MacLaine is in that movie. And Shirley MacLaine is crazy. And there are some moments when Donna Beth might be off her rocker a little bit. Got a little Shirley MacLaine in here. But the one character I think that sums up Donna Beth more than anybody else in that movie, and you got to really know the movie to get this one, is Tom Skerritt. He's the guy who's shooting the shotgun in the trees at the birds all the time. That's what Donna Beth does to Republicans. She never gives up shooting the shots and scaring those Republican birds away. So that movie, I think, sums up Donna Beth in one simile. Now let me say this from a personal level. My father's not here to say this, but my mother is here, and I am here, and we can tell you that we love you. We have a debt of gratitude to you that goes on for literally decades. You've been a part of our life, forever. And I can't thank you enough for the love that you've shown all of us. You're an amazing person in our family, but you're also an amazing soldier for the Democratic Party and for the state of Texas. So God bless you. We love you, Donna Beth. Thank you very much.
Isn't that precious? Here's Donna Beth doing a little Still Magnolias. I will not allow my personal tragedy to interfere with my ability to do good hair. Thank you. All right. This just in. Donna Beth McCormick thought All the President's Men was a date nap for feisty senior ladies. All right, please welcome to the stage a fighter for us all. Please welcome Miss Gina Hinojosa, Representative Gina.
Wait, did I bring my wine? All right, from the moment I met Donna Beth, I knew I never ever wanted to be on the opposite side of her on any issue. And the first time I came to know Donna Beth was at a CADW luncheon. And of course, I knew Donna Beth long before she ever knew who I was. Because this is something you may not know about Donna Beth, but she has this way of making her presence known. I don't know really what it is, but like a je ne sais quoi. So I have to admit that at first I admired Donna Beth from afar out of intimidation. And but little by little we got to know each other. And ultimately she was one of the first people I asked to support me when I decided to run for office. And to my great relief, she said yes. And in fact, Donna Beth went with me when I filed to run at the party. And so I will forever be grateful for that. Thank you very much, Donna Beth. And I'll tell you, the moment that Donna Beth's support most paid off was when I had to go head-to-head with one of my opponents when I ran for the Texas House. There were, I think I had 6 opponents for the Texas House. And it was a CADW luncheon. And one of my opponents got up to make his case to these women about why they should support him. And Donna Beth lambasted him about, how can you come before us with your shirt and not tucked in and your shirt tail out? What kind of candidate are you? I was horrified. Horrified. And I, of course, was secretly overjoyed. But that's the thing about Donna Beth, you never know what she's going to say, but you know she will speak her mind and she will stand up for what she believes in. And maybe not everybody appreciates that, but as a woman trying to make progress in a heavily male-dominated political world, I think Donna Beth provides more of what we need. And so I'm going to ask all of you to raise your glass, to Donna Beth McCormick, our patron saint of speaking your mind and not giving a shit.
Donna Beth McCormick is to establishment for the establishment.
That may be true.
This just in, Donna Beth McCormick played the piccolo in the UT band. It was the only instrument available that was as shrill as her.
and lively, vibrant audience here to honor my Austin mama, Donna Beth McCormick. I first met Donna Beth when I was 17 years old and 10 months. And this is an important story because we all know how much Donna Beth loves young people and mentoring and the patience and welcoming demeanor she has. So I think it was a really good idea for the Texas Democratic Party to have her as the main person working the phone. So when this 17-year-old decides to call and say, hey, I'm going to sue the party for age discrimination because people in Wisconsin can be national delegates to the national convention, and I want to be involved in the party. So I wanted, you guys, this is age discrimination. And I didn't know what the hell I was saying, right? I had no fucking clue. I was 17 years old and 10 months, and I didn't realize the terrible primary structure system we have in the state, but that's a whole other issue. So Donna Beth, with all of her grace and demure and her kindness, told me I didn't know what the hell I was saying, and then promptly told me I shouldn't call back. So that was my introduction to Donna Beth McCormick, who decided to make her receptionist of the state party phone should be fired. But speaking of progressive, feminist, and diverse causes, Donna Beth McCormick did once convince me to join the Texas Democratic Women Board. And I am usually a token for young people, right? I sat on a number of national boards for the Democratic National Committee, and I'm always that young person. I am rarely a young token for diversity. My last name happens to be Naranjo. And when I go to the TCDP board meetings, I'm going to go token Hispanic. And then when I try to explain to Donna Beth about my Hispanic heritage, not only did I get numerous and lengthy, 42-minute long conversations, not like one, but many of these, conversations about young people voting. Why aren't they voting? Don't they know better than Hispanics? Hispanics why can't they vote? They need to be voting. And I was like, thank you, Donna Beth, for telling me that I should be going and voting as the representative of the Hispanic people for Texas Democratic Women. This is what our party looks like. So, and so I appreciate the passion that she's had, and I appreciate all of the lectures and knowledge she's imparted to me. The reason why I'm her Austin daughter, as I'll explain to you this story in a second, is thankfully because she's never unadopted me. I feel like the only unadoptable offense is voting for Bernie Sanders, and so since I didn't do that, I'm still in her good books. And as Genevieve will say, this just in, DSA, not welcome, because Donna Beth won't have you. But we'll get to the unity bit of this. So I became Donna Beth's adopted daughter, and a number of the people in this room know me, and I love you, and you love me in spite of the fact of who I am, which is exactly our relationship with Donna Beth, right? Acorn tree. I'm loud, I'm opinionated, I think I know more than everyone else, I have no fucking right to, but I do, and that's Donna Beth. And when you think about it, no, it's okay, come on. Has anyone ever tried to say no to Donna Beth? It's like a Republican trying to pretend like they care about poor people of color. It's really hard to think about it. You regret it, and you think, no, let's rationalize this, right? We should be doing these things to help people, and then all of a sudden you start saying, no, but then you can't because it's Donna Beth, and she's yelling at you, and thankfully she's louder. She's still louder than me, so I'm working up to it. But when I see Donna Beth, it's like looking into a fortune teller's crystal ball, right? This is my future. This is what I'm going to be. Loud, passionate, and the establishment, opinionated, and forever the person who just doesn't quite get it just a bit yet. Until after you yell the loud thing that was inappropriate in a public audience, and then you go, afterwards you think, oh shit, I just said that. But then there's no remorse. There's just no remorse, for sure. And so, knowing Donna Beth since I was 17, she did, when I called her this morning to talk about if I was going to go mean or not, or how brutal I should go, right? I was like, oh, there's some surprises, there's some people here dinner that you don't like are gonna roast you. It's gonna be great. She's like, are there people I really don't like? And then she's like naming all these people. Like, church so-and-so, this and that, and that's I don't trust that person. And for 47 minutes this morning, the whole conversation was people she does really not like. Maybe some of you are in this room, I can't say. But that's what's true, right? About my class. No matter what, you still, it's like that Republican uncle who voted for Trump at your Thanksgiving dinner. You're like, shit, man, maybe they're racist, maybe they're like, maybe they don't like progressive young women. I can't tell, but I still love that it's complicated. And that's what the Democratic Party is, right? It's complicated, we get into fights. But my favorite is at Democratic events, you can always tell who the new people are, right? You want to know how you tell a new person at a Democratic event?
Talking about Thompson.
No. They go, who the hell is that loud one? Yes. And then it's my favorite, right? Is that CEC meetings. Okay, who's a precinct chair? Raise your hand. Who has been a precinct chair? A thankless job, and thank you for giving a shit about getting Democrats elected even when it's not popular. So at CEC meetings, this is really good, right? You know your establishment, which apparently I totally am. Love you, Mom. You know the new precinct chairs at CEC meetings because God bless their hearts. They stand up to a microphone and they have this really great idea for some rule change to make the party more inclusive, more diverse. We're gonna go and change the world in this one meeting. And then Donna Beth McCormick takes the microphone and does a point of order as the sergeant at arms for the Texas Democratic Party. And crushes their dreams. It's like Serena Williams, right, recently, where she's got the judge yelling down at her and she's like, but I am fighting for this. And that's a CEC meeting. And that's how you know the new CEC precinct chairs. And as I said earlier, I'm Donna Beth's adopted daughter, proudly adopted daughter. I get to say these things because, by the way, she can't disown me, and so all the elected officials who are too scared to talk the truth, I'm helping channel. So we were talking about, her life and her ex-husband, and my favorite is when men hit on her, and I get to hear about. She's like, yeah, he was acting kind of weird. I think he wanted something, and which I was like, I can't believe you. Oh my God, how much longer is she gonna talk about this? How are your cats? What? Who don't you hate again? Why can't we talk about people you hate? So then we just start talking about why she never had kids. And recently at the Cory Booker dinner, she talks about somebody who brought their child and goes on for about how much she hates children at events. And then I was sitting there thinking to myself, oh shit, I hate children on planes. Is that the same thing? Anyways, and so I was like, well, so why did you never have kids? And turns out she grew up in a very male-dominated world, and she was talking about, I was the one person in high school who didn't have kids right after high school. I wanted to go to college and not just get an MRS degree. I'm like, oh shit, so you are a feminist, really deep down in there, but maybe old school, dino old school, so I get that, that's cool. But then she throws it back on me just a little bit, but didn't realize she was doing it, in which she says, I still want to stay at home with no money, which there are other options, but I guess maybe at that time, I don't know, I wasn't born yet, that wasn't an option. And then she says, but then I just realized I could just raise everyone else's kids, and they have their own problems, so it's much better to raise up fucked up kids than my own fucked up kids. And then I'm just thinking wait, but I'm your adopted daughter. What does that mean about me? And so, it's been a beautiful relationship since I was 17. She did remind me of my age earlier today. She talked about age and being old in terms of my age, which was rude. We discussed that earlier. And women of a certain age, they get forgotten about, or they feel irrelevant. There's this feeling of maybe being forgotten or not having their voice heard. And thankfully, Donna Beth will never not be heard. And no matter how much she will make sure that she is not ignored, and she wouldn't have it any other way. But this is a unity event. Donna Beth is bringing people together.
No matter who you voted for, and I'm going to get personal. This is where it gets deep. Whether you voted for Andy Brown or Sarah Eckhart, whether you voted for Lloyd Doggett or Joaquin Castro, whether you voted for Bernie or Hillary, and then most recently, whether you voted for Deanna or Ann, everyone here has been offended or yelled at by Donna Beth. Thank you.
Bartender looks lonely back there, and we've got more to go. So while Lloyd Doggett's telling us whatever he's got to say about Donna Beth, let's refresh our drinks and spend some money out there at the silent auction. We'll be back after Lloyd's finished.
So wonderful tonight that you could honor one of our community's leading wallflowers. It must give great encouragement to all the other shrinking violets across Central Texas who, like Donna Beth, are a little meek, and perhaps it shows that the meek really will inherit the earth. Although I know that Donna Beth votes straight Democratic, and therefore I've occasionally gotten her vote, I never could get her to join Dogs for Doggett because she's got too damn many cats. As president of the Allendale Neighborhood Association, I do know that she interacts with her own congressman. At those town halls, she looks at that cardboard cutout of Michael McCall and tosses a few darts in his direction. And long before Bob Woodward wrote that book, Fear, that's getting so much attention these days, I think it was fear that was the primary qualification Donna Beth offered to become Sergeant-at-Arms of our Texas Democratic Party. And her fellow Longhorn buddy in the band, Rex Tillerson, wanted me to deliver a special message to Donna Beth tonight. He said, congratulations, Donna Beth. I just want you to know that I am not anonymous, and I have never called Trump an idiot or mayor of Crazy Town. My own special term for him is moron. What we do know, in addition to those loud cries of time, can't hear you, with which Donna Beth so often punctuates the air at our meetings, she does in fact hear. She is a person of compassion and of progressive values. One recent example that I recall was the night we were getting our new Democratic chair installed and Cindy was being recognized as executive director. There was Donna Beth with a special charm to honor Cindy. She is truly a one of a kind. So there won't be any other Donna Beths, but if we could have a few more people with her level of commitment, I believe Texas would have long ago become as blue as our spring bluebonnets. So thank you, Donna Beth. Congratulations. Have a great evening.
This just in, Donna Beth McCormick smacked a kid for touching her Dr. Pepper. I told you there'd be surprises. And there would be real art, T.S. Eliot kind of English poetry kind of art. But, you know, T.S. Eliot did write a book about cats. It became an amazing musical. And I thought since there's an elected in Travis County that has an actual Screen Actors Guild card, we should use her skills, right? Because she was the best candidate. We should use her skills to elevate the art of this evening. So please welcome to the stage County Judge Sarah Eckhart.
I'm afraid I'm one of those people that came around.
I changed the battery.
You weren't. I know. I would have told you. Okay. You truly are Donna Beth's adopted daughter. Well, I thought that maybe I could finally weasel my way into Donna Beth's heart if I became a cat. So here we go. And I guess I'll try a British accent since, you know, what the hell. Donna Beth is a master cat. She's called a boisterous broad. She's a master bellower whose voice can bend a rod. She's the bafflement of the DSA, the Bernie Bros' despair. For when she swats your balls like twine, sure, you escape, but covered in cat hair. Donna Beth, there's no one like Donna Beth. She's broken every social law. She breaks the law of breath. Her prowess of persuasion freak out precinct chairs, and when you finally left her side, you're covered in cat hair. You may hide in the basement, you may try to avoid her stare, but I tell you once and again, Donna Beth's shade ain't so rare. She's outwardly respectable, they say she cheats at cards. And her paw prints are not found in any file of Vans or ours. And when the buffet's looted, or the new intern is rifled, or when the melanin is missing, or another kid's been stifled, or the candidate's heart is broken and the SDEC is past repair, boy, it's the damnedest thing. We're all covered in cat hair. And when the campaign office finds a volunteer has gone astray, or the incumbents lose their plans and marbles along the way, there may be some crap she's got to say when you have left and are not there. It's impossible to avoid it. Donna Beth's covered you in box sand and a dusting of cat hair. And when your injury has been disclosed, all the TDW ladies will laud. It must have been Donna Beth. She said what? Oh my God. You'll probably find her resting and drinking creme de menthe or rum. She'll be engaged in pestering and making newbies feel really dumb. Donna Beth, there's no one like Donna Beth. There never was a cat of such forthrightness and such heft. She always has an anecdote with one or two to spare at whatever time you plan to leave. It's Donna Beth, she's right there. And they say that all the cats whose wicked deeds are widely known, like the mighty Mrs. Clinton or Ann Richards on the phone, are nothing more than agents for the cat whose caterwauling is worse than Megadeth. She's just gone and lost her patience. It's that cat called Donna Beth.
Where's the one ring to rule them all?
All
right. Next up, please welcome from the Black Austin Democrats, Craig Moore. Come on in here. Say
Good evening. I am the proud president of the Black Austin Democrats, and I'm so glad to be here. We're so honored to be here to acknowledge one of our longtime members, Donna Beth McCormick. Some people may say that Donna Beth is a diamond in the rough. Other people may say, well, hell, she's just a rough damn diamond. But regardless of your perspective, it is obvious that she sparkles and shines in the life of every person she meets. Now, I'm told in the future, scientists will be able to make a human in a laboratory. But can you imagine that? Breaking down and building up DNA to make a person in a laboratory. I'd like to think that if the scientists got their hands on some DNA from Barbara Jordan, maybe added a little bit of Molly Ivins, and then topped it off with Governor Ann Richards, then we would have someone like Donna Beth McCormick. Now, there may be some people who are new to knowing Donna Beth, so let me give you 2 words of advice. Number 1, and this is particularly interesting and important for our new political candidates. Say that you are at one of our many Democratic clubs making one of your campaign speeches, and Donna Beth is the timekeeper. then friend, you don't have to worry about going over your time. Because Donna Beth McCormick will shut you down. And she will shut you down in the only way that Donna Beth can. Here's the second piece of advice. Say that you're just upset that UT lost their first game. And you're making disparaging comments about the football team, but it doesn't stop with the football team. You want to talk a little bit about the UT band. And you want to say some disparaging comments about the UT band. Then friend, I advise that you find the deepest, darkest hole and get in. Or you just move completely away from the stage. You don't want to be anywhere in the vicinity of Donna Beth McCormick. Now, Donna Beth, let me just say a few things to you personally, and I'm going to close. But we thank you for all the work that you've done with the Democratic Party, both at the local, the state, the national level. We thank you for all the work you've done in our community. We thank you for the work you've done with the Black Austin Democrats in helping our organization become the great organization it is today. And most of all, we thank you for your friendship. On behalf of the Black Austin Democrats, congratulations on your roast tonight.
Senator. Yeah, and I agree with her. I know, I don't even drink anymore. That's just the truth. Let's see. If you've ever been yelled at by Donna Beth McCormick, you might just be a Travis County Democrat. Once again, Miss Donna Mercado. Give her a big round of applause for singing to the
Oh, y'all. I'm really glad Katie Naranjo did the racist jokes because I took those ones out. Thank you. And before I get started, I want to give y'all a warning because when I did put my first draft together, what I had planned to say, Genevieve Van Cleve told me it was too mean. And that was saying a lot because one, it's Donna Beth McCormick, and two, it's Genevieve Van Cleve. So, I mean, if you imagine George Carlin and Dennis Leary turned into some lady Democrats, we can kind of have what's happening here. And so then imagine how mean something would have to be for Dennis Leary to tell somebody else they're being too mean to George Carlin. And apparently that's what I wrote. So I thought I might need to scale it back a little bit. But after Jen told me that, I thought short and soft about what I should do, and I decided to do nothing because I'm a millennial and we don't listen to anybody. Which is unfortunate because we also don't know anything. So I don't really know how this is going to go. There will possibly be an ethics complaint filed against me. We may have the first ever impeach a chair campaign. I don't even know if that's possible, but she will tell us if it is or isn't. And with that, I'm going to begin a little bit about my journey with the notorious Donna Beth McCormick. I've known Donna Beth for a good little while. So when I announced that I was running for chair, I was not shocked that she was not supporting me. She, was wholly unimpressed with me when I was a CADW champion, when I was on the board of CADW, when I presented to CADW about lobbying for Planned Parenthood, and in a room filled at El Mercado, she grilled me for a good probably 10 or 15 minutes about how I knew nothing about lobbying for Planned Parenthood, even though my full-time job is lobbying for Planned Parenthood. And so, she just made it known what her feelings were about me for a long time. So when I announced that I was running for chair, didn't shock me, wasn't on my list of supporters. What shocked me was that she told everybody she didn't know me. Which was hard, because like I just said, she'd made her feelings known about me for a while. So I'm really mostly just glad that I won my campaign so Donna Beth can stop pretending like she doesn't know who I am. But that was a long time ago, since I was sworn into office 102 days ago. But who's counting? I mean, you practically forget that any time has passed when you're with Donna Beth. But really, she is a true inspiration, a feminist, a leader in our community. She doesn't wait for her turn. She doesn't wait to be told that she needs to do something. She gets up and she takes it. And what I find most impressive about her accomplishments is her position as Sergeant at Arms of the state party, because the job of the Sergeant at Arms is to remove rowdy and disruptive people. So I find it very strategic that she finagled that job. And even more so because she also believes and has self-appointed her to the position of Sergeant of Arms of the Travis County Democratic Party, which does not exist.
Oh, yeah?
But she has been around for a very long time. She is very loud. Donna Beth is so loud she makes Alex Jones look like a shy guy. She is so rude, Sarah Huckabee wouldn't make excuses for her. People are so afraid of Donna Beth, even Greg Abbott won't fire her from bringing the docent at the governor's mansion. Donna Beth is so honest, Texas Democrats will never have to worry about an anonymous letter or a quiet resistance. Donna Beth has been working on campaigns so long, when they used to give rides to the polls, it was by horse and buggy. And she's been with the party so long that when she started, the LGBTQ flag was in black and white. But just in case you didn't find any of this funny, I want to close by apologizing. I've already prepared my official press statement, and hopefully I'll still have my job, my volunteer job as chair. My official statement is, I was hacked. The Russians broke into my phone. They wrote those mean, not funny things, Donna Beth. They even wrote that part where I said when I was writing this, I take no responsibility for saying those things out loud. My job as an elected official depends on me saying things other people wrote for me, and I always get the job done, and I'll never apologize for that. And Donna Beth, I'm so sorry if you were offended, and you deserve an apology from those mean Russians who hacked into my account, but not from me. So, thank you, Donna Beth.
Are you sitting on your masks? That is Donna Beth McCormick when she was in the band with that trumpet player Pink Floyd. That's my favorite one. All right, coming up next we have two videos in a row. One from a relative that lives overseas and is a Republican, and one from a former state party chair, Molly Beth Malcolm, who's just as weird as Donna Beth in many ways. I'll paraphrase this out, maybe. Anyway, all right, so you have time to go to the silent auction, you have time to refresh your drinks, and we are coming in for a bumpy landing on this event. Give yourselves a big round of applause for hanging in there.
Hey Donna Beth, it's your cousin Marlee in Dallas, and I just wanted to wish you well. I'm so sorry I couldn't be here with you tonight. As you know, I'm out of the country, but I am thinking about you and wish I could be there to hear all the great stories about my favorite cousin, Donna Beth McCormick, who I'm pretty sure still loves me even though I am a Republican. Anyway, Donna Beth, just wanted to wish you the best. Love you. You've taught me how to be a strong, independent McCormick woman.
Donna Beth, I'm so sorry I'm not in the room tonight with all these other great people that are there to honor you. But I know Mayor Adler and many others are going to have great stories to tell about you. So I decided to focus on what you mean to me and the Democratic Party that we both love. You know what? I would have never made it through the rigors of being Texas Democratic Party chairwoman unless I had had you by my side. You and your piccolo in your purse by my side. And do you remember these buttons? I do, and I treasure them. I believe they were the good luck charms that helped me win Texas Democratic Party chairwoman not once, not twice, but 3 times. So folks, if you have one of these, keep them. They might be a lucky charm for another election, and for sure they are collector's items. Donna Beth designed them, paid for them, and wrangled people all over the auditorium convention halls to be sure they were wearing them in support of me. Hey, these pins may be why I won Texas Democratic Party chairwoman 3 times unanimously. Thanks, Donna Beth. I appreciate your support. You know what else? You're loyal, you're honest, and you are absolutely unafraid to offer your opinion. You have an uncommon ability to make all of us be better at whatever it is we're trying to do, because you are never afraid to tell us the truth, even when we might not want to hear it. And guess what? I know there are plenty of people in this room tonight that know exactly what I am talking about. So I'm also sure folks that are in this room have called you many, many, many names, and a lot of them were probably nice names. So that's what I want to do. I want to add to the nice list. Ferocious gatekeeper. No one ever got to me at the party office without the DBM approval when she was sitting at that front desk. Gracious hostess. Thanks, Donna Beth, for letting me live with you until I found a place to live when I moved to Austin as party chair. Taxi service for my daughter Rendy when she was a student at the University of Texas. And cat lover. A cat lover of not only your cats, but you also loved our cat Precious. And I know Precious had a better and a longer life because you were always making sure Bruce and I did the right things for her. And then you were also there in the end. When the time came for Precious to go to kitty heaven, it was you that went with Bruce for that last visit. And of course, Yellow Dog Democrat. I don't know one any better than you. And die-hard Longhorn, Hook'em, an alumni band member who serves greatly with that piccolo in the Longhorn band. You're also a believer of all the basic good and dignity of all people, and always a fighter for fairness, and most important, a loyal and dear friend. Congratulations on being honored tonight. Your service to the party and to all of your friends will never be forgotten. Donna Beth, you're the best. I love you lots.
That I would invent my thing. But I got this gig, and it's almost as good. Alright! Okay! So, hey, this just in. Well, hey, this just in. Donna Beth made sure women were at the table and a buffet of mayonnaise salads were served. This just in. Donna Beth felt like Bill Clinton got a little handsy the last time he was in town. She blames it on the fact that he's giving up ham and that ball-busted wife of hers. There was a secret love affair. I have an anonymous letter. Alright, this just in. This just in. Donna Beth is mad as hell and isn't going to take it from you Democratic Socialists anymore. Hey! If you hear before you see her, you might be a Travis County Democrat. Alright, next up, please welcome Mr. Greg Hitt. Come on up here, Greg!
I hope everybody's having a good time. Well, I'm no comedian. As a candidate for judge this past year, former candidate, my speeches made more people nod off than laugh. So. But my name is Greg Hitt. I first met Donna Beth when I joined North by Northwest Democrats many years ago, eventually became president. And when I first met her, I thought, oh my gosh, who is this brash, white-haired tornado of a Democrat? And I soon found out that she is a force to be reckoned with. And she quickly won me over with her wit and her charm and her sarcasm. Donna Beth is no shrinking violet. She's not afraid to tell it like it is, and she can crochet like no one I know. During one of the North by Northwest Democrats meetings, a candidate came up to her and asked for her endorsement. And this candidate had not put in the time that she thought was appropriate, the time into the Democratic Party that she thought was appropriate, which greatly offended her. And so in front of the entire membership, she said, I don't know who you are. Who are you? That was typical Donna Beth. So to say that Donna Beth speaks her mind is an understatement. And she cares little what others think of that, which makes her even more endearing. Another one of our meetings at North by Northwest Democrats, one of these O'Keefe acolytes filmed her and tried to shame her with some impolitic remarks that she had made. And she just let it roll off of her back and just wore it like a badge of honor. You know, she said, what do I care? I'm just a volunteer. They can't fire me. Which is typical of Donna Beth, and of course we all thought it was hilarious. And so when I ran for office, I asked for her support, and despite being a dog person, she became one of my biggest fans and a supporter, like a coach shouting instructions from the sideline. But the most common word I heard from Donna Beth during my campaign was, "Cat!" Whenever I ran over, which I did a lot on my speeches. Somehow Donna Beth was either the official or unofficial or self-appointed timekeeper for all of our endorsement meetings and forums. But just once, I'd like to limit Donna Beth to 3 minutes. You know, we have her to thank that our meetings are 10 hours long. So.
Don't lock it back. Don't lock it back.
Well, I don't know if Donna Beth is going to run for president one day, but she is known to run her mouth every once in a while. But if you want to know what the inside scoop at the Democratic Party is, or the latest gossip, just hang around Donna Beth for 5 minutes. She always knows what's going on and what's coming up. But if you're fortunate enough to get advice from Donna Beth, listen up. Of course, how can you not listen? You can hear her from the next county. She's so loud when she stops talking, you can taste the silence. But her sarcasm, her stories, and her advice always end the same way. I don't know anything, I'm just a volunteer. And volunteer she does. She's got more energy than a 20-year-old, which is saying something for someone in her mid-60s. Well, I think we should all take a page from the Donna Beth playbook. Speak up, don't back down, and of course, volunteer. We love you, Donna Beth.
Oh, that's just precious. Come on now, do a little Hey! Now, I think you understand how this joke works. If she doesn't like your bond proposal, you might be a Travis County Democrat. I thought the courthouse would be beautiful down here. All right, we're coming in. We're coming in for a landing, y'all. Oh! Hey, you know how much Donna Beth likes voter registration? She likes it so much and has been doing it so long that the first registration drive she did was under a tree where a snake was asking a naked lady to eat an apple. That's old. All right, please run the Mike Collier video. Mike, you're going to see just how funny you are. Vote for that man. You're voting.
Hi everyone, it's Mike Collier running for Texas Lieutenant Governor. Boy, I wish I could be there to celebrate Donna Beth McCormick. I have a campaign to run and I've got a bad hombre to beat, and I'm out campaigning to beat him, but I'm delighted to say a few words about my friend Donna Beth. You know, behind me is the governor's mansion, if you can tell. Donna Beth for many years has been a docent there, and I want you to know something. When Donna Beth was in that building, guess who was running the government? You ask Greg Abbott and he'll tell you who was in charge when she was in that building. We walked by a minute ago, just for grins. I went up to one of the troopers and I said, Donna Beth McCormick, and they stood at attention. I'm telling you, that's our Donna Beth. When I first ran for comptroller, somebody said to me, Mike, do you know Donna Beth McCormick? I said, I don't. Heard of her. They said, if you don't have Donna Beth on your side, you will not win. So I thought, well, I better go meet Donna Beth McCormick. And I met her on my first campaign outing. It was in Galveston. Hundreds of people, I knew nobody. I didn't know where to start. And then I hear from the other side of the hotel, and you'll recognize it was Donna Beth. There's my bandsman! There's Mike Collier! And she came running up to me, knocking people over, grabbed me by the shoulder, spun me around. She said, now we're gonna meet everyone in this state. And we did, and we haven't stopped. I owe it all to Donna Beth McCormick, my dear friend. Donna Beth, I really wish I could be there tonight. You know what I'm working on tonight. You are an institution, and we cherish you, and thank you so much for all that you do.
She's looking for a hug, Donna Beth. Come on over, Mike. You're not elected yet. Hey, but he's better than that Dan Patrick, don't you think? All right. We're coming in for landing, Donna Beth. We got the party chair. You can't get better than that. You got a letter on your tables from the Clintons. They made sure to write a note. You've also got some envelopes where you can give money to the Travis County Democratic Party, because the point is that we need to really overperform. We actually have a chance to beat Workman, which is really that is a very difficult district. And the more that we go out and vote, the more likely that we can actually be proud of some of our state officials again, and get rid of the talk radio hosts and the clowns and the Jesus shotters and whoever else they got running the old asylum there. So, and make sure and take one trip more to the silent auction. I think a lot of that crap actually came from Donna Beth's attic, so, you know, it's important that we don't put more shit back in there. All right. So before I introduce, you know, the state party chair, just a couple more. Now you know how these work. If she thinks your candidate will lose the primary, you might be a Travis County Democrat. If she inspires you to keep going, if only out of spite, you might be a Travis County Democrat. You guys, it's been great to be with you tonight. Please welcome Gilberto Villalobos. Keep clapping for
You know, when Andrew was talking a little while ago, when he was asking you, or telling you that Donna Beth reminded him of a character in a movie, first movie that came to my mind was Cujo. Donna Beth, I love you, but you used to scare the shit out of me. When I was coming over here, I had to go to the Wilder first to speak to the Democrats up there in the 10 County Regional Conference. And on the way over here, it started to rain a lot. I mean, it was pouring rain, and I had only exactly 3 hours to get here. And any kind of delay, I wasn't going to make it. And you don't know how much I prayed that I wasn't going to make it, right? I called Gina up and he said, raining over there? I said, well, it hasn't stopped raining. It stopped a little while ago. I said, shit. Let me tell you, I was worried. I mean, after this roast, I just imagined Donna Beth coming up to me and saying, I'm going to cut you. First time I didn't know Donna Beth. I was an elected official for 23 years and kind of, I would come to the conventions, but I didn't, and I would help the local candidates. I remember I used to work for Oscar Malzi when he would come down, and a lot of other Democrats that would come down and campaign. But I wasn't involved too much in state party politics, the political stuff. Within the party. And so when I decided to run for party chair, I really got my first introduction to some of the people that were involved in the party apparatus. And so I went to an SDEC meeting, and I walked into a TDW board meeting, Texas Democratic Women board meeting, and Donna Beth was the president at that time. And I sat there, and she was railing on some woman big time, you know, I was like, whoa. And I had Jacob Limon, he was helping me, he was sitting next to me, and I turned over to him, I said, who's that Ann Richards wannabe lady with a bouffant hairdo talking right now? And he looks at me and says, you know who that is? I said, no. He said, that's Donna Beth McCormick. She's a chingona. Now, for those of y'all that don't know what chingon or chingona means, not to be confused with pendejo, all right? It means you're a big shit. And you can, somebody calls you that, you can lift up your collar. So anyway, he said, you gotta know her because she's the head of the Democratic Women and she's got a lot of stroke. So anyway, so I waited till the meeting was over and I walked up to her and I said, Miss McCormick, my name is Gilberto Hinojosa and I'm running for party chair. I know who you are. She said, and Richard Raymond's a friend of mine, so get out of here. Richard Raymond at that time had announced that he was also running for state party chair. So I kind of walked away all scared. So I said, well, you know, I'll wait till a better time. So we had the TDW had a conference at Salado, which I'll call Salado. And at that time, right when I walked into the conference, Richard Raymond had announced that he was dropping out of the race. So I said, now's my chance. I'm going to go talk to her and get her support. So she wasn't in the room with all the women. She was in the restaurant, kind of off to the corner with a bunch of other women, and they were strategizing on something. And so I walked up to her and I said, Miss McCormick, you remember when we talked last time and you told me that you were with Richard Raymond? Well, he dropped out of the race, and she looks at me and she sneers at me and she says, I'm not ready to talk to you. Get away! Shh! Get away! Get away! And so I got all scared and I left. Right? Later on, when everybody dropped out of the race except somebody that she disliked intensely, I got her support, right? So anyway, I'm elected as the chair and she's retiring as TDW president, and so she calls me up. And she says, you know, Gilberto, or Gilberto, I'm not going to be president anymore. You got a job for me? And by that time, Bruce had gotten elected to be the tax assessor collector. And Bruce had been the sergeant of arms for the Democratic Party. So I was going to replace him with another one of your constables in town. I think you had 2 female constables at that time. One of those 2 women was going to be asked to be the sergeant of arms. But then I started thinking, I said, God, you know, who would be better than that, right? You know, who is going to control the crowd better than Donna Beth? And I said, well, Donna Beth, you want to be sergeant of arms? Well, that'll do. That'll do. So anyway, found out later on that she goes immediately and gets a concealed weapons permit. Buy the shoulder holster and buy the 9mm Glock. And so she packs it. She walks into the meeting, with her jacket and it's bulging. Donna Beth, aren't you a little old to be having those kind of surgeries like this? She goes like that. She's carrying this gun. And I said, all right. So she sits down, right? But she's at this meeting, and by that time, the Bernie Bros had already elected a bunch of people to the SDEC. So she's sitting down, and she's looking at the Bernie Bros, and she's going like this. And every time she'd do that, she'd go. And I went up to her and I said, Donna Beth, you can't do that. You cannot do that. You cannot scare these folks away. I mean, they are the future of the party. They're good Democrats. They can help our party grow. Yeah. Goddamn socialists. And I said, no. Anyway, she finally accepted them. She doesn't sneer at them as much as she used to. At some point, I caught her throwing little spitballs at them, but she started doing that as well. She behaved. And she's been a great friend for a long, long time. I think one thing that I think all of y'all that have been involved in politics for a long time recognize that probably one of the most important qualities in politics is loyalty. Right? People who you work with and show loyalty are the most valuable resource that any politician can have. People that you can depend upon no matter what. People that will go out and fight for you no matter what. And if the fighter and the person is a fierce fighter, even better, right? We've had people joke around about Donna Beth all night long, but one thing you know is that when she's got your back, you don't need to worry about it. She's got your back in a way that no one else can have. As scared as I might have been of her, it's comforting to have a loyal friend like her who's always there and is always willing to get into that fight for you and for your party and for the things that she believes in. We always talk about making our party younger and bringing in more people that can help us expand our party with new ideas, new enthusiasm, a lot of energy, and that really is what ultimately will make our party a party that will start winning statewide elections. And that's why we pushed that so hard this last Democratic National Committee meeting when we voted out the superdelegates group section. And that's important. But what's also important is those people that have been with us from the beginning, that never gave up, that never felt let down, always believed that there was a brighter day ahead of us, always was willing to fight no matter what. And Donna Beth is there. She's always been with us, and I know she'll always be with us. She'll always have our back, every one of us. And with her, and using the part of our party, we're going to win elections this November and make sure that we stop this bullshit that's happening with the Republicans in this state and in this country. And take our country back.
We're over time, so you're not going to have any time to talk.
I'm so excited to be here today. I roasted you by going to Texas A&M today. You know, you have gone through, 17 going on 18 Texas football coaches now? No, but in all seriousness, you are an honorary Aggie. I'm not. You know, I teach at University of Texas Law School, but the Aggie code is you shall not lie, cheat, or steal, or tolerate those who do. And that is you. So thank you very much. Thank you. And you are a model. You are a model feminist for speaking truth to power, for not being a shrinking violet. And I'm proud to know you. I'm proud that you have been on my team, will continue to be my team, and let's go win this thing. Thank you.
All right, we have a couple gifts we want to share and one picture that we want to get. So, picture first. Everybody get your Donna Beth face masks up. We're going to take a picture from here into the audience, so put your masks on. Hold there tight.
There's more Donna Beth all over this room than there's been ever over this room. You're covered in Donna Beth.
We are maximum Donna Beth levels right now, y'all. I don't know how much more this hotel can take. We can probably get a ticket for noise.
Hotel, talk about the stage.
All right, I think we're good. We have a couple little prizes for you, Donna Beth, before we send you off for the evening. One is a lovely picture of me, so you never forget me. I want to make sure that you had something to always remember me by, because I know you will so young. So everybody can see you.
Are you ready for your 3 minutes of fame? And I do mean 3 minutes. We are all timing in. Without further ado, the lady with all the shade, the woman of our hearts, Miss Donna Beth McCormick.
Not today.
Oh, first of all, I want to thank everybody for coming and supporting the Travis County Democratic Party. If all the counties were like us, we would not be in this mess at 11th and Congress or at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. First of all, because we care about each other, the earth, and people who do not do as well as are as successful as we are. And being a huge proponent of education, that is the key to solving all kinds of problems. Next to there are so many roasters, I can't fit that in 3 minutes.
Still timing. Oh my God.
But then, if you believe half of what they say, I got a few bridges to tell you. But thank all of y'all roasters and for coming and for saying all kinds of things about me. And I don't carry a gun, so you can just get that right off. I don't need a gun because I have a mouth. aura that don't mess with me. But you have to know where I got my mouth, because my dad was a master sergeant in World War I. So I kind of inherited it. But just Diana, Cindy, and Brian, and all of the roasters, thank you, and this would never have been possible if it had been for all of y'all. And there are folks that couldn't be here tonight, and that I know that they're going to want to see the video, because I've been hearing they wanted to see the video. And that they can add this if they want to on Facebook, but I don't Facebook, I just want y'all to know that.
We know. We know.
I know that.
No, it's all right. I'm a woman that works in politics. This is very normal. I helped you win. No.
Well, see, when I wrote this, I didn't know who all the roasters were going to be.
Oh.
They kept a few things in the dark, and she was one of them. But Genevieve and I have done a few roastings for other things too, and she's keeping time.
10 seconds. 10 seconds.
How many seconds?
10.